I'm gonna start out with, because you did the Bears, I'm gonna do the Detroit Lions. I'm gonna do the Detroit Lions. All right, so Dan Campbell, they're on Hard Knocks. I think a preview tomorrow. I'm gonna watch it. It's good to see have Hard Knocks on there. I like Dan Campbell. I think Dan Campbell brings a lot of energy. I think he says crazy things. Do I think he's a good coach? I don't know. We gotta see. It's a difference of saying all these things at the podium and getting your players motivated than being a hardball or like it's hard to be a good NFL coach. So, I do like where the front office is going and I do like the way they're building. So I like it. But I gotta see more out of Dan Campbell this year. Jared Goff. Jared Goff is having a good camp, but he's a decent quarterback. Like, to be honest, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would like Jared Goff more than the quarterback I have now. Just gonna be honest. I think Jared Goff is a solid quarterback. I think he's, average. Like, and that's not no slight against him, but it's not easy. It's not easy being average. You know what I'm saying? Like, for NFL quarterback, being average is good. Like, I think that he's a good, like a quality starter quarterback. Is he gonna win you games in the fourth quarter? Probably not. But if you have a good defense, if Jared Goff is on Pittsburgh, they might win the division. I'm just saying he's one of those good. He's a quality starter. So I think he's gonna have a decent year. The running backs, Jamal Williams and DeAndre Smith, love them. I think DeAndre Smith is going to be really good this year as long as he stays healthy. He's probably one of those fantasy breakout candidates. The receivers, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think that because he had a breakout last year, I think he's gonna do good. And they have Jameson Williams, who's probably out right now. So it depends on how his progression goes. He might not even see the field this year, which I'm okay with. I'm definitely okay if he doesn't. Health comes first. But they also have DJ Chark and Josh Reynolds. And I think those are quality. I like DJ Chark. I like them at Jacksonville. I think he's a quality receiver. Right? Then the tight end, TJ Hawkinson, is a guy that brings his lunch pail to work. He has a good report. TJ Hawkinson is going to be a good tight end. Now, the offensive line has gotten better. They got Taylor Decker at the left tackle. Their center, Frank Ragnow, is a good center. And then you got Penei Sewell, who's been dominating camp. He's been playing really good. So I like their offensive line. And now it's better than last year, but once again, they've had two really good back-to-back drafts. And I'm pretty excited, I like it when teams start making smart decisions with the front office, start drafting well. The defense, they got Michael Brockers from the Rams. I think his quality leadership in the defensive line is going to be really good because it's going to help Aiden Hutchinson. Now, everybody's talking about this Michael Jackson. I didn't see it on Hard Knocks, but I think he's going to be a really good pass rusher in the NFL. I think that now, right now, he's struggling in camp, but he's a rookie. He'll be okay. He's a rookie, I'm not putting too much stock in 10 days, 20 days in training camp as a rookie. He'll finish the year like, oh man, he had 8 sacks. He had 10 sacks this year, That's how I see him. The linebackers, they're they're okay. I think they could be a lot better, but it's gonna all depend on their pass rush. Their corners. Jeff Okuda is. I was real high on him when they drafted him out of Ohio State, DBU, and he just hasn't been able to put it together. And I just hope this year he's able to, because I'm not going to say his patience is running out, but I mean, this is his third season. I mean, you can scratch last season because of, he was hurt, but I think he has a chance to be a really good corner. So I hope he stays healthy, man. And um, I just hope he stays healthy. I like him as a player. I think he has all the qualities to be phenomenal. The safeties, they got Deshaun Elliott, Tracy Walker. So they're decent, but once again, like nothing shouts out. Nothing screams, this is a good defense. No name shout out. Maybe the only name that highlighted is a rookie, and maybe Michael Brockers. But then once again, the Rams are, I think, still rebuilding, and this is why we're going to see how good Dan Campbell is a coach. If you got a young team with potential who was good last year, we're going to see with quality picks how good are you this year? Because this year is on you coaching because you have a young team. So I think the Lions are going to win some games. I got them going 7-10. I got them. I got them winning a couple games, man. Couple games.
More than a couple.
Yeah. Last year they were what? They had the second pick. Well, they'll win about 3 more games than they won last year, man. Not a big jump, but they'll win a couple
I
more.
mean, that sounds like a big jump. I mean, okay. Last year they were 3-13-1, so you're giving them
4 more. 4 more.
Okay. Okay. Well. Okay, so the Lions, Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell, like you said, he brings the energy. He was talking about biting kneecaps or something, and he's doing these war cries and all this stuff. So he has. I think he's a good coach to have on Hard Knocks because he's energetic. He's all over the place. He's extra. He does crazy things. Says crazy things. So as far as Hard Knocks goes, I think he's a good coach to have on the show. As far as him being a coach, I mean, like you said, the jury's still out. We don't know. Last year, not a great coaching job, obviously, but I mean, the Lions have been like the Cleveland Browns of the NFC, basically. Like they just don't win games. They don't have a good time winning games. Like they just can't win games. Now, last year they were competitive a lot in a lot of games, so maybe that can transfer over to this season. We shall see. But if they can play like they did last year, I think they have an opportunity to win some games. So what they did against Baltimore, and then the comeback win against Minnesota, the last second. Yeah. There's games there. Obviously
some games.
Yeah, I mean it's winnable. I mean anything can happen any given Sunday, like they say. The quarterback obviously is Jared Goff. We all know what he done when he was with the Rams, went to a Super Bowl, had a solid season. He's going to really need to come back this year and play even better this year. There's definitely talent there. There's definitely talent around him. DeAndre Swift, if he can stay healthy, is going to help out Goff immensely. Jamal Williams, who came from Green Bay, so he goes from Green Bay where they don't lose no more than like 4 or 5 games in the season to this team where they go 3-13. I think his first year there. So, that's a big drop off, a big culture shock for him to deal with. Excuse me. But, it is what it is. He's going to be definitely one of those key guys on that roster to help this team coming up for this season. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm doing a draft. But, you got the wide receivers. You got St. Brown, who came out of nowhere. He had a really good season last year. So I kind of expect him to have another really good season coming into this year. Along with, like you said, DJ Chark. He's not really he's not number one, but I think he's a solid number two or a solid number three. I think he can be that cornerstone piece to be a really good number one or number two or number three wide receiver. As long as he stays healthy. He wasn't healthy at all last year for the most part. Williams, the jury's still out on him just because he's coming off an injury. I think he can, if he's healthy, which I don't think he's going to even be there this year, or if he is there, he's going to be there late. But I do like the draft pick because at least you give your team something to have next year and the years to come after that at the wide receiver position. TJ Hawkinson is a solid tight end. I think he's going to be Goff's number one go-to guy as long as everybody stays healthy. The offensive line should be better. Penei Sewell's back again, and last year he had an okay season. I mean, a lot of people are obviously saying Slater is the better tackle after last year, redraft, whatever it is, take Slater first, and I can understand it. But I do think Sewell's going to have a really solid second season. Like you mentioned, Frank Ragnow and Taylor Deckers. Those pieces should definitely help the offensive line as well. On the defensive side, obviously Aiden Hutchinson is the talk of the town there. He's the number one draft pick, or not the number one draft pick, the number two draft pick. Should have been number one to me, but whatever. But he's there. He's Detroit's top pick, so they definitely needed help on the defensive side. He went to Michigan, so he has that going for him as well. But he's going to have to anchor, even as a young man, he's going to have to anchor this defensive unit. He's definitely going to be the focus. They're wide receivers, they're linebackers. I'm all discombobulated. The linebackers, man, they're really nobody special. So it's going to have to start with their front four to try to get some pressure on the quarterback. Their secondary, like you said, they do have Jeff Okudah, who I like Jeff Okudah. He's still young. He's not so far. I know last year he was hurt. He has to live up to that top three selection. And I think this year, maybe this could be his year if he stays healthy. Tracy Walker is a solid free safety. So I think there's just pieces there. There's talent there. There's a lot good there. I think they're trending in the right direction. And I know how competitive that they were last year. If they can kind of put all that together, I don't think they're going to pull a Bengals and go to the Super Bowl. I don't think they're going to go into the playoffs, even though the NFC is down. This is a perfect time for them to actually make a move and go to the playoffs. I guess you were asking you. I guess I wouldn't be surprised if they went to the playoffs just because they were in so many games last year, and we already seen what the Bengals did the year before. I mean, so. But with that being said, I don't think they're doing that. I think they're probably a couple years away, maybe a year or two away. Actually doing something. So I'm going to go 6-11. I think they win 3 more games. I think
it's not bad. That's not far off.
Yeah, it's not far off. I think a lot of those games, those 11 games, I think maybe 7 of them maybe will be close, or maybe be close to the fourth quarter, and then they might get blown out the rest of the fourth quarter or something like that. But I think they'll be able to keep games close. I don't think that Thanksgiving game is going to be like, oh, turn the TV off, let's eat whatever it is this year, because I think they'll be somewhat competitive enough to have people watch them. So 6-11.